The Town Tricksters. They called him Muriuki or Moriuki, though few in the village ever spoke his name with fondness. From the moment he could walk, he was trouble. Not the kind of trouble that stole or fought, but the kind that questioned everything. Elders, customs, even the gods. His tongue was sharp, his mind sharper, and his respect for authority practically non-existent. Teachers tried to tame him, but he mocked them. His parents pleaded, but he laughed in their faces. Eventually, the school expelled him, and the village elders, tired of his antics, declared him a bad omen. He was ostracized, a pariah in his own home. But Muriuki didn't cry. He didn't beg. He packed a small bag, stole a few coins from his father's drawer, and boarded a matatu to Nairobi. The city, he believed, was where clever minds like his belonged. He would not be a farmer or a herdsman. He would be something more, something feared, something admired, and something remembered. Nairobi greeted him with noise, dust, and opportunity. He slept in alleys, ate scraps, and watched. He watched how people moved, how they talked, how they lied. He learned that in the city, truth was a luxury and deception was currency. So he became a student of the streets. Within weeks, he was swindling matatu conductors, impersonating parking attendants, and selling fake raffle tickets to unsuspecting shoppers. His charm was magnetic. His lies were poetry. He met others like him. Naturally, young men with quick tongues and quicker hands. Together, they formed a loose gang of tricksters. They didn't steal with knives or guns. They stole with words. They posed as government officials, pastors, journalists. They sold fake land, fake jobs, even fake miracles. Happens in Nairobi. Muriuki was the best among them. He could convince a man to pay for a blessing, then vanish before the prayer ended. One of his most legendary cons involved a fake scholarship program. He printed brochures, rented a small office, and posed as a representative of a foreign university. Desperate parents paid thousands for their children's admission. Muriuki pocketed the money and disappeared. The scam made headlines, but no one could trace him. He changed names like shirts. Today he was Mr. Mwangi, tomorrow he was Pastor Otieno. But the city was not without danger. One day he conned the wrong man, a retired DCI officer named Kamau. Kamau had seen every trick in the book, and he wasn't amused. He tracked Muriuki for weeks, posing as a gullible investor. When Muriuki finally tried to swindle him, Kamau pounced. A brutal beating followed, and Moriyuki barely escaped with his life. He limped for weeks, hiding in slums and nursing his wounds and his pride. Yet even pain couldn't tame him. He returned to the streets, more cautious, but no less cunning. He began targeting churches, posing as a prophet with visions. He claimed to heal the sick, predict the future, and cast out demons. Oh my God, this guy was terrible. People flocked to him. They paid for prayers, holy water, deliverance, name it. Moriyuki laughed at their gullibility, but deep down he envied their faith. He had none. One rainy evening, he met a girl named Wanjiko. She was different, quiet, kind, unimpressed by his bravado. She worked at a small clinic and treated him when he came in with a fever. He tried to charm her, but she saw through him. Still, she didn't push him away. She listened, she asked questions. For the first time, Moriyuki found himself telling the truth. Not all of it, but enough to feel human. They began seeing each other. He stopped conning for a while, tried to find honest work. But Nairobi was unforgiving. Jobs were scarce, and his past followed him like a shadow. One day, he overheard a group of men planning a high-stakes con, a fake tender deal involving millions. He hesitated, then joined them. The plan was flawless. The payoff was huge, but greed breeds betrayal. The gang turned on each other. One man disappeared with the money, another was arrested. Moriyuki fled, heart pounding, dreams shattered. He tried to reach Wanjiko, but she had moved on. She had heard the news, seen the headlines. She didn't answer his calls. Alone and hunted, Moriyuki returned to the village he had once scorned. He wore a tattered coat, his eyes hollow. The elders watched him with silent judgment. His parents, older now, welcomed him with cautious arms. He tried to explain, to justify, but words failed him. He was no longer the clever boy with sharp wit. He was a man broken by his own brilliance. One morning, he walked to the river where he used to play as a child. He sat on a rock, staring at the water. A group of children passing by, laughing. One of them pointed and whispered, "That's the town trickster." The other one giggled and ran off. Moriyuki smiled, not because he was proud, but because he understood. In the end, he had become a legend. Not the kind he wanted, but the kind he deserved. He died quietly a few weeks later. Some say it was illness, others say it was heartbreak. The village buried him without ceremony, but stories of his exploits lived on. In Nairobi, in the village, in whispers and in warnings. Mothers told their children, "Don't be like Moriyuki." But the clever ones, the restless ones, listened differently. They heard not the warning, but the challenge. Town Tricksters.